Hello everyone, so we're going to be continuing the journey through the Talisman expansions with the Woodland. Let me just check real quick. Yes, it's the Woodland. Oops. So, to a great start. To start the game without actually enabling the expansion. Which this may end up being the second to last. It will probably be like second to fourth to last, depending on how long both Woodland and the Harbinger will take. As each you know, it seems to usually take 1 to 2 episodes per expansion, and I'm kind of planning on finishing off the series with the Harbinger. Well, technically, there is a Cataclysm expansion after that, before we get into the digital only expansions. And Cataclysm kind of makes more sense to me by itself. So I'm thinking it'll be sort of a soft, it'll go on sort of a hiatus with this, because honestly I'm getting a little burned out at this point from streaming it every week. And come back to sort of a soft reboot, starting with the Cataclysm, and then getting into the digital expansions. Let's go with, so we've got the Tavern Maid, the Thief, the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter's pretty good last time, so let's go with them. And because we have the Woodland expansion enabled now, we have Light Fate and Dark Fate. Light Fate is just regular Fate, as it is with the expansion. Dark Fate is used to reroll other people's dice, I'm pretty sure. Or you've got a new character in the form of the Spider Queen. You begin the game with 6 spider tokens on your character card. So after your turn, you may place a spider token from your character card onto any space of the character with his website made face up. In the other space with the web token, then you may immediately enter movement. Another character enters a space with a web token, then must immediately enter their movement. Whenever their character enters movement and the space with web token, flip the token to its crawler side. Whenever a character on a space with a crawler token then makes a roll, you return a crawler token on another space next to the character card into your character card to add or subtract 1 from that roll to a minimum of 1. That is a lot of text for just basically one ability. Good. Also from the new expansion, we've got the Totem Warrior. Begin the game with an axe from a purchase deck. When you defeat an enemy in battle or cyclic combat, put one Totem Spirit token on your character card. Or you cannot have more than 3 Totem Spirit tokens on your character card. If the dice are rolled in battle or cyclic combat, you may discard one 1 token spirit token from your character card to add 1 to your attack score. At the start of your turn, you may discard 1 token spirit token from your character card to either heal 1 life, replenish 1 fate, or gain 1 spell if your craft allows. Seems like the woodland characters use a lot of like tokens. In addition to the fact that, you know, the physical expansion will also come with new versions of the fate tokens, I think. Actually, no, I think maybe. No, I'm pretty sure they're the original fate tokens in the physical release. Just had the same design on both sides, possibly. I don't know. If I only actually played with the physical copy like once. Right. I'm gonna reroll that. And I got absolutely nothing. Yep, there's... So now, every time you roll just about, everybody gets a chance to... Very Historic Fate gets a chance to reroll your die. Yeah, there's no way. Hey, that ogre's being at 11. I got some money for it because there's no bounty hunter. Oh, already I'm being attacked. But hey, I mean I won. So like that's definitely something. So the bounty hunter automatically wins all ties. There is no standoff for the bounty hunter. It's always either you win or you lose. Technically puts an even match, just like, you know, the same bonuses on both sides into, you know, the bounty hunter's favor. Because normally it would be, because I think so. Yeah, because normally as far as the way the actual dice these land, there are like, I want to say like 22 different possible results. Actually, more like 24, I think. That should cover just about every possible way 2 decent mixes could land. And I think, let's, so, basically, the bounty hunter has 6 more opportunities to win than any other character, or in an even matchup. Right, so going into the woodland, since this is the first time playing with it in the series, so when you first enter the woodlands, you get to pick from these three path cards. You've got the Path of Wisdom. Subtle insight overtakes you as you're walking. You feel that enlightenment and awaits you at the end of your journey. When turning in trophies to gain strength of craft, reduce the number of strength of craft points you need by 1. When you reach it, meeting with Destiny space, gain 1 strength or 1 craft. Path of the Sea Lady. You see the fleeing form of Queen Titania now before you. There, and you feel her blessing upon the path you've chosen, for her good fortune follows in her wake. The Sword of Return, you may replenish 1 light fate. When you reach the meeting with Destiny space, fight King Oberon in battle. He has a strength of 7 and adds 1 to his strength for each light fate you have. If you defeat him, gain a Destiny. Or Path of Burdens. As you walk, a great weight settles on your shoulders, and even the lightest possessions must feel like boulders. Your object carrying limit is reduced by 2. When you reach the meeting with fate, when you reach the meeting with Destiny space, you may discover 1 of your magic objects to gain a Destiny. You may then move to any space in the outer region. I'm gonna go with the Path of Wisdom, because that lets me just sort of grind faster by reducing the requirement to gain fate for my trophies down to 6 from 7. Not fate, to gain craft or strength. Granted, we just got 7 in, so arguably I could have kept those. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the 1 strength. Up to 6 already. We're already starting out as the strongest character in our current group of players. I'm also second in terms of gains in any 1 stat, next to the Sprite, who has 7 in Wisdom, well, 7 craft I mean, thanks to the Mage's Path, which adds 2 to your craft. When you reach the meeting with Destiny space, fight Hate Queen Mab in battle. She has a strength equal to twice your craft. If you defeat her, you gain a Destiny. Ooh, it's strength. That's gonna be interesting for the Sprite to deal with. You know, Sprite only starts out with 1 strength. Hello? Let's see, what is this thing? Oh, no character with less than 5 strength may have Noadu's Torque. Add 1 to your strength, you can't lose your strength. Things that will be turned into a toad. That's pretty good, honestly. And like, I'm literally the only character that can take the thing. Which tree? If you roll one die, if you roll evens, move that many spaces clockwise. If you roll odds, move that many spaces counterclockwise. And it's evens, so you get to move 6 forwards unless somebody wants to reroll all it. Dense forest, draw 3 cards. Oh, here's another forest goat. Pretty sure there's literally no way that it could survive, because like the lowest it could get is a 7, and the highest it could get was also 7. Sure, I'll lose 1 gold. I've got 3 more. A burial site sacred to the good folk. When you visit the mound, search the woodland and discard pile for a fey and with light fate, take it as a trophy. With the dark fate, place it on top of the adventure or woodland deck. If you're unbound, place that fey under space instead. There are no fey in the discard pile, so it ultimately had no effect. Basically, when those symbols pop up on a card, you know, the white dot and the black dot, that just means that if you have more light fate than dark fate, do this. If it's the other way around, do that. And unbound just means that you you've got an even amount, including no fate at all. Now hopefully I can double back and get that item that fortunately nobody can pick up other than me currently. Like, nobody's strong enough to even lift the thing other than me. See what our ending is. Winner takes all. Defending the game by reaching the crown command, the first player to kill War of Darkness wins. So it's another case of you don't need a talisman. Like, in spite of that being the name of the game, you don't need one. Because you don't need to go to the crown command at all in this case. Which is gonna change things quite a bit, because now there's no real use in stuff like, you know, you don't have to worry that much about the Guardian, and you don't have to worry about just like things like the Dragonspire can't just get you right to where you need to be to win the game, because none of the cards in the Dragon expansion even reference a Lord of Darkness, because that way it wouldn't work with just the Dragon expansion plus the base game. Well, it looks like Well, unless somebody's gonna re-roll that. And of course somebody did. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the witch tree. Just hope that I roll a 2. Hey. Nah. Just encounter space. Book of Binding. When you defeat a Fae, instead of taking it as a trophy, you may put one Dark Fate or one Light Space on this card and gain one spell if your craft allows. So this is one of the few exceptions to those symbols, meaning if you have more Fate of one type than the other. In this case, it just means which Fate you put on the card. If you use Dark Fate, increase your life value and Fate value by 1 for each Dark Fate on this card. Or if you use Light Fate to increase your spell limit by 1 for each Light Fate on this card. Well, that's the first time I've seen something that does that. Probably gonna... Yeah, that's pretty good because it changes your it changes, for instance, your life and fate values, which means that that's what it goes up to anytime you replenish your life or fate up to your life or fate value. If you don't believe it heals you or anything, but like if you've got say a reliable way of getting like healing up your life value, that's pretty good. Because, you know, every time you get healed up your life value, it's a higher value than what's basically sort of printed on the card. Oh, it looks like we've got a Vortex scale in here. With a ghoul just encountered. It's not looking good for him. You know, big 7-craft dragon that rolls twice and adds them together for its attack roll. Not a good thing to be encountering when you have 2 strength. Wait, I'm surprised it wasn't an auto loss. I guess because I'm pretty sure technically it was 6 strength. Because it's currently day, so it's at -1. Fey Witch. Fey Witch rolls 2 dice. Needs to use the highest result. She rolls double to return into it. A slimy little toad for 3 turns. She will remain here until killed. Key coin. War characters cannot spend one Dark Fate during your turn. You may discard the coin at any time to gain 1 gold. Okay, pretty useful little item. Somebody, of course, now that I want them to reroll, nobody's gonna do it. Fairy Market, starting with itself and continuing clockwise, each character must pass one object, follower, or spell known to the characters to the right, if able. Well, there goes my book. I also have to pass one life, one fate, or one gold to the character to the right. I do, however, get the lucky coin in, I think. Back to giveaway, Book of Binding. Yeah, because I count it as the character to the right, I'm pretty sure. Well, wow, that just sucks. That's possible to give up a spell knowing full well that the person into your right can't even keep it because they're not smart enough. Hey, I got one light hit fate. It's basically like you give them the scroll and they're like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't even comprehend it. And they just throw it away. But hey, I mean, unless the spray has a spell, they can and make it a bit easier to hit me. I can just take the book back pretty easy. I'm gonna use my one dark fate to reroll that 6 into a 1. I will take that helmet. Like, yeah, I've got 6 and the spray I've got 6 strength and the spray it has 1 strength, so can take the book back pretty easy, unless I've got like a spell like Psychic Blast or something. And something that they'll make them an actual challenge for me to fight. Oh boy, they managed to get temporal warp. Time to just sit back while the AI takes 3 turns. And finds another object that they can't use, that they can't even pick up. Don't worry, just get struck with it. Lose 1 life, then immediately roll again on this chart. At least it turned up the whole Just got launched out of the, the wetlands as a result, lost 2 craft. At least, you know, I've got the AI speed at a higher speed than it was previously, so that helped get those turns done a bit faster. I'll just head on over to the thicket. Counter space. Scales of balance. No good or evil character may have the scales of balance. Well, that's completely useless to me because I'm evil. Lots of things with the conditions, it seems. Oh no, nobody has any spells. Sucks to be the people with 3 craft and the spellcasting ability. Yeah, that's not even my concern, as I'm not smart enough to have spells in the first place. Ooh, that could... If it works the way I think it works, that could combo really well. Like amazingly well with... Well, with the Bounty Hunter's ability, because it says it counts as a standoff instead if you lose by 2 or less. So it's just like, oh, I lost by 2 or less? I actually win? Like that, like if that works the way I think it works, that is... I need that, that Elven Bow, because that's just gonna, that has potential to just be amazing. Right. Got a 2, so unfortunately, you know what, I'm gonna visit the witch tree again. And it's odds, so wait, I get to re-roll. Dang it. I got a higher odd number. Hey, I got Mask of the Moon. Once during your turn, you may flip one of your light fate. Hey, if you're light bound. If you're dark bound, and once during your turn, you may flip one of your dark fate. Now I have farther to go in terms of getting to the ghoul, so I can take that bow. That again, if it works the way I think it works, it's just gonna be beautiful. You know, just again, you know, oh, I got a 10 and you got a 12. I actually win somehow. Because it makes losses of 2 or less, it makes losses by 2 or less standoff And if it works the way I think it works, the bounty hunter's ability then makes all standoffs wins. No, the Tomb Warrior's almost dead already. Probably encounter the ghoul during the day, so I don't have to deal with that +2 from being a lycanthrope. Well, I mean, I'm sitting here with a total of 6 strength already, so you know, an advantage that will only become more powerful. Well, once you know, I can get that bow. And like, I mean, I think once I'm done in the woodland, and it'll probably be like after I get that 1 strength, most likely from my path by getting to the beginning of Destiny space. I'll probably head into the dungeon, just get on my way with winning a game, because this is with the current ending, and you just have to get all the way through the dungeon and beat a 12 strength or 12 craft enemy, rather than having to go through the whole thing with getting to the middle region and then getting into the inner region. Just one 12 craft guy, essentially, plus all the probable enemies that you encounter along the way. I guess they probably balanced the dungeon to be a little more difficult, specifically so that that ending card doesn't make things just ridiculously easy. Right, the Archer seeks one who promotes balance in the world. So the first neutral character landing here, he will grant one of the following wishes. Okay, in fact, it doesn't have any effect on any evil characters, so just nothing happens when I land on that space. Because unfortunately I am not the Nomad or the Totem Warrior, so I'm one of the characters there's in the game right now that cannot benefit from that specifically. Oh! The ghoul is now closer to me. Which means that I might be able to get to him. Yeah. If I roll a 5, I can... If I roll a 6, I can get to him next turn. Unless something moves him in between these next turns. It's doubtful. It could happen. There are things that, for instance, like summon a character to fight you. Like, unless one of us gets moved somewhere or dies, I can get to the goal space on my next turn if I roll a 6. Oh, there goes my book. Oh well, not like I was doing a whole lot with it. Like, I will lose my path because you automatically you lose your path if you leave the forest or if you leave the woodlands. Oh, and that was a mistake because I could have grabbed the thing. Web spinner spider. You know the space with web spinner spider, you must enter her movement or remain here until it's killed. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get killed this turn. Yeah. And now I get another point of strength. Up to 7. But unfortunately the ghoul gets to move again. And so I'll have to roll something else in order to get to him. Although he just went right back into the woodlands, so... He also gained a new path. That's not his path. Let's see. The champion and the divisive. Oh, I think those are Destiny's weird path. Your destiny was set as soon as your foot hit the path. It will not be easy to escape it, but it's your choice to fulfill it. Draw destiny, put it on this card. You can't notice having this destiny for as long as you are on this path. When you reach the meeting with fate, when you reach the meeting with destiny space, you may pay forward to gain the destiny on this card. And we've got another fairy market. Which means other character to the right is actually upwards. So now it's the Spider Queen way over there. I don't really need this Mask of the Moon. Wow! Thanks, Spider Queen. You just made me ridiculously powerful, potentially. The Spider Queen just straight up gave me because I'm the character to the right of the Spider Queen. She just straight up gave me the elven bow I was looking for. The ghoul gave it to her, and then she gave it to me. because of just the way things worked out. If she could have given me her armor or her Wrathborn wand, I guess maybe because she's more craft-based, she didn't see much point in having a bow that only boosts strength. But yeah, now again, if it works the way I think it does, because there could be some rule I'm not thinking of, that says no, you aren't as ridiculously powerful right now as you think. Baba Yaga's hut. A cursed follower. When you walk into the hut, it sprouts chicken legs and starts running. You must take it as a follower instead of rolling for your movement. You must always move 5 spaces. Discard this follower when you cross the storm river, either by bridge, raft, or ferry. That's an interesting follower. You just always move exactly 5 spaces. Rather than rolling for your movement. Which means that, for one thing, at no point do you get to, and during that, do you get to roll for like the Reaper or the Werewolf, because you're always moving 5 spaces. And you can't strategize your movement much at all. You only have, the only choice you get in the matter is which space within 5 spaces, which of the 2 spaces that a 5 could get you to, do you want to go to? Alright, I'll give a Bronze Dragon sleep token. Just gonna head on over to the thicket. Alright, time to test it out. Right, so I got 2. Oh, it's just a regular standoff, so that's a win just for my regular bounty hunter ability. But for instance this, really? Another standoff? Another standoff of 10? What happened with the Fomorian? You're unbound, take him as a trophy as normal. Well, that's weird. For some reason, it doesn't seem to have given me my Fomorian trophy. Ah well. As long as I've got this bow and it works the way I think it does, I am just, you know, ridiculously powerful now. Because, you know, I can literally turn losses into wins somehow. Via just the power of arrows. Which, I mean, Krez has already proved that being good at archery is ridiculously good. Like, you know, if you strategize it right, you can defeat an entire army with just a bow and arrow. You just have to kill the guy on the fancy horse. and the rest will just sort of... after that, the army's organization will just sort of collapse. Oh, and I'm being visited by the werewolf. Alright, sure. I'll fight you. You're probably not gonna win. In fact, definitely not. Because, again, you know, like again, if it works the way I think it does, which the game has yet to give me an opportunity to check, because everything has just been either a regular win or a regular standoff. I've yet to actually lose by 2 or less in this entire time. Since I've gotten this bow. Like, if it works the way I think it does, in an even matchup of 4 is basically an automatic win for me. Because either they get a 4, in which case it's a standoff, in which case I win. If they get a 5 or a 6, they win. But if they get a 5 or a 6, I lose, and therefore it's a standoff, and therefore I win. And if they get less than 4, then they just lose by the normal rules of the game. So I'm just gonna try and get this thing over here that, you know, literally only I can pick up currently. Cobley now. Strength of 4, this haze causing disaster for miners and travelers in the area. Draw 1 adventure card. Do I not do either of those things? Yep, it's an auto kill. Just under an hour in, and I've already managed to become ridiculously overpowered, at least potentially, because again, I get to see actual proof that the newfound Elven Bow Bounty Hunter combo works the way I think it does, and therefore actually serves any purpose. I'll have to actually lose a fight by the game's regular standards, in order to actually be sure. Honestly, I've already got 8 strength, 9 in combat, so I might just get that one object and then head off to the dungeon. Oh, and the ghoul died. Now the Town Warrior has returned to the woodland. And immediately he gets hit for 1 life. Right, come on, 2. Yes. Okay, nobody's got any Dark Fate, so... Wait, no. It just wasn't time. Alright, I can no longer lose strength or become a toad. As long as I have this torque, whatever that is. I'm gonna look it up while the AI takes its turns. Torque, historical. Well noun. A neck ornament consisting of a band of twisted metal worn especially by the ancient Gauls and Britons. I mean, that makes sense, given that, like, you know, a lot of like Fey lore is from like the British Isles and Ireland, and you know that general area. Well, I mean, Gauls, I think, were also in like France, because that's where you get terms like Gallia. Well, they were in what is now known as France. And looking at, you know, like I mean, they were, I think they're also like where the term Gaelic comes from too. And like, I mean, looking at a lot of like names in this expansion, and for like enemies and like, can definitely see for the like Gaelic or Welsh in origin. And so, you know, same region, end of the world. Not to mention, you know, it's got like Titania and Oberon, well known from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Because, you know, the Talisman, the Talisman draws more directly on the real-world folklore than a lot of other fantasy games, because they're doing a whole lot of like making up your own thing. To replenish one fate, I'm gonna go for light fate. And roll one die, curse, lose all your fate, enchanted, lose one turn, attacked, lose one life, welcomed, heal one life, blessed, gain one fate. Ooh, I got blessed. Unless somebody's gonna re-roll that, which of course somebody is. Too bad I've got two craft. So that 6 that they turned my 5 into was actually worse for me. Only because the sprite had a buddy. He was even able to like put up a fight against the Spider Queen right there. Do you like how they're just sort of wandering around the middle region when, you know, in order to actually win with the alternate ending we have for this game, you don't need to be in the middle region at all. In fact, you should be heading to the dungeon, which is what I'm going to be doing on my next few turns. Because I'm just gonna make my way down to the dungeon so that I can take full advantage of this 10 strength in combat, plus, you know, being able to just beat most things as long as I roll at least a 4. You know. It's like, you know, a lot of things I can't lose to at this point in the first place, and honestly, even if the combo doesn't work the way I think it does, the bow is very good as an item by itself, because it gives you, you know, some level of like insurance against it, and losing in and what was otherwise like very close, you know. Because if you lose by a 2 or less, then you don't take any damage because it's a standoff instead. It's just a bounty hunter that has potential to make it ridiculous. You know, to take it from good to outright just amazing. And it is... At least, again, if it works the way I think it does. Alright, I have left the woodland, which means I no longer have the path of wisdom, but like, in fact, I think I'll encounter this Ghidorah scale. You suffer the rage of the Dragon King, then discard this card. If Ghidorah is Dragon King, all characters suffer his Dragon Rage. Fortunately, Grillepus is the Dragon King. However, that does mean that I immediately get just walloped for 1 life, maybe because I don't have any spells. They had got Seeds of Paradise. For removing, you may place a wood storing hand card on this space. Then place this card on the forest. If you cannot discard it instead, you cannot take this card from the forest unless you pay 1 fate. Wish I'd read that because I actually kind of didn't want it. If I had to give up my 1 fate to get it. Just gotta hope I can find some way to heal. Except I can't go to the chapel because I'm evil. The simulacrum, again, if the rules and interactions work the way I think they work, simulacrum is also an amazing spell for a bounty hunter. Because again, if you know, things that make things into a standoff when they would normally be a loss, those a combo with being the bounty hunter, then, for instance, you could use simulacrum to automatically win any fight, because it's either you win or you win. Then because either you win or you make the fight a standoff, in which case you win. Alright, time to head into the dungeon. Immediately into the library. Which means if I roll a 3 or a 4... well, that was useless. And of course nobody wants to re-roll that for me. Nobody's like, hey, you get a perfect opportunity to mess with you by re-rolling a useless result. You know, can't have the person with the lowest in his craft out of the entire sort of ensemble of characters right now. Oh, yeah, the only person who cannot gain a spell can't have them gaining a spell. Alas, the AI is too smart to fall for that, and it possibly end up with just sort of giving me an extra turn. You know, I got my amazing handout from the AI in the form of it just giving me the bow. Like literally giving me the bow. Should probably also just like pick off some of these characters that are, you know, teetering at one life. Me and the Spider Queens are the only ones at that point. Alright. Got one into the cavern. Uh-oh. Psychic combat. Fortunately, I rolled a 6, so not even a challenge. I'll actually pass on Soul Drinker. Normally I'd go for it, but I've got what's potentially a ridiculously better weapon. Which, I mean, unless a Spider Queen, like actually most characters could take it. And if they feel like making the trip, because it's no good character can have Soul Drinker. So only the sprite who's not gonna have much use for her sword, is gonna be unable to pick up Soul Drinker. Like, I'm getting pretty close. Like, if I can just bump up my craft, if I can just bump up my strength by 2, and get to, I can just bump my strength up to 2, and fight with the Lord of Darkness with a 4 on with at least a 4 on the die, I pretty much win then and there. Like, there's no coming back from that for the Lord of Darkness. And even if it does, and even if the combo doesn't work, I may still live to see another day. Even sitting at one life. Okay, good. I have an object I can discard. that's the real concerning thing. Is that if I get hit by like Relepus's Dragon Rage, I'm just done. Just gonna auto kill that, trade trophies, get another point of strength. Really, if I encounter anything that's just like, you lose one life before I can then heal, I'm done. Because I'll die instantly if that happens. At least I can't become a toad. So anything that's like, you become a toad, you know, you lose all of your stuff. And therefore leave open the opportunity for someone to take your her big beautiful bow. From them, you know, your slimy toad grasp. That just doesn't happen because I have this cool neck thing. It makes it where I cannot lose any strength and I cannot become a toad. In addition to giving an additional 1 strength. Which all I need is 1 more strength. And I can just march on over to the Lord of Darkness. Roll Lisa 4 and just win. In less than 2 hours of playing. I wondered, has anyone speedrun this game? I feel like that would be the dumbest speed run, given that, you know, so much of it is random. But like, I feel like Bounty Hunter Bow percent could be he like just like a niche speedrun that exists somewhere. Like what if it exists and I'm doing it somehow by complete accident and just smashing the world record? Like, you know, it's not something you can really practice because, like, there's strategy, sure, but you can only strategize so much when it's a roll and move game that centers around drawing cards. Okay, what's happening? Okay, this spray is forcing the Tome Warrior to lose all spells, okay. It's, you know, characters with more than 2 aircraft stuff, if it doesn't concern me. Ooh, I can just go right to this tunnel? Absolutely. Uh-oh, I have a bad feeling about this. I just died to vampire bats. You know what? You know what? Fuck that. Oh wait. It's too late to do anything about it. Well then. And I have no easy way of becoming the bounty hunter again either. I was so close. Had I just won that fight. If I had just won that one fight, I might have won the whole game. Like, there's no guarantee that I'll get another chance to be the bounty hunter this entire time. Like, it's highly unlikely. I mean, maybe there's another character somewhere that plays around with, that can take advantage of standoffs. I was so ridiculously close. Like, this could have been the shortest episode of Back to Basics series. At least I'm pretty sure. At the very least, the shortest time with any one expansion. But no. Vampire bats had to be a piece of shit and kill me. You know, I don't know what options I'm gonna get for my new character, but it's probably not gonna include the bounty hunter. Means I'll have to find an entire new strategy. More accurately, I'll probably have to switch to a more conventional strategy. You know, rather than just, you know, rely on raw stats rather than a ridiculous combo. Yep. We've got the Swashbuckler, the Fire Wizard, Lord, and the Dragon Rider. You win a battle during your turn, you may take an extra turn. You may only do this once per round. Ooh. He starts out in the tavern. I think I'll go for him. Go for 2 Light Fate. Head on into the dungeon just immediately. If it can't be... I gotta reroll that because... Seriously? Oh wait, I actually have the craft to draw, to actually... He casts spells. This is required. Burn a spell as it is being cast this before it takes effect. Exit or force a character to burn all those spells at random. Interesting. So I can just counter somebody's spell and remove it from the game. I never did get to see that combo in action. Get no points. And was there actually any opportunity for me to at no point did I actually ever lose a battle by 2 or less. At least it doesn't look like I have to play all that much in the way of catch up. Especially if I can get my gear back. Well, in order to get all of it back, I have to buff my strength up first. Because in order to even pick up the torque, I need at least 5 strength. I mean, hey, at least the bow is good for just about any character that does any battling. Since, you know, it's good in any fairly close fight. It just becomes ridiculous in the hands of the bounty hunter in a fairly close fight. Which honestly, if any of the characters I get after the bounty hunter die, I'm not gonna be that torn up about it, because it's just an opportunity to become the bounty hunter again. So like, unless I lose a lot, sadly the swashbuckler is good, so he can't get the soul drinker that's right nearby. You know what? No. You're not teleporting, actually. Oh no, Sprite's gonna take... Why would you choose right now in order to do that? You could have picked a time that isn't interrupting me right before I start my turn. Ah yes, a big craft enemy to need to just sort of beat my face against. Well, I mean, you know, the swashbuckler dies to get another chance of being a bounty hunter. If it happens to be one of the 3 character cards I draw. Just barely turned that into a win by using a crawler. Oh no, all of the dragons are asleep. Which means it did just become night. Sure, yeah. Stone Warriors going 5 spaces every time. Because he's still in the Baba Yaga's hut. Just being carried around everywhere. At least it lets you choose which of a selection of spaces you want to land on. One of the sprite was actually outmatched in the psychic combat. We got 5. Ooh, the vault seems like a good plate. He needs to just get absolutely obliterated. Heck yeah. Time to auto-lose. Sadly, because I lost to that enemy, yeah, I don't get to fight the craft ones. Ooh, and if I suffer any Dragon Rage, that's also one point. I need to automatically lead to my life. Because because I don't have any objects, followers, or spells. Or scales, so if I draw a Dragon Rage token at any point, it's just gonna mess me up real bad. But fortunately, you know, I have 0 investment into this character. I just want to get back to that bounty hunter life, honestly. You know, it was good. When the Totem Warrior has freed himself from the hut. At last, he is free. And he's made himself a raft. Which puts him right in front of a big old dragon. Oh, but he has a finger of death. So that big dragon is no problem for him. None whatsoever. Gotta love that horse art on the hill space. If it can just sort of beat my face against some high-powered enemies, I can kill off this character pretty soon. And hopefully draw the bounty hunter again. Well, the swashbuckler is almost dead already. with very little of it actually being like me strategically planning on killing him. Like it's more it's more like I was like, I don't want this character. And the game itself is like, don't worry, he won't last long. Because in the span of like 3 turns, he's yet to win a fight of any kind. Oh, and the Spider Queen just died. Jay, the swashbuckler might be joining her soon, and being dead. But like, you know, pretty much a lot of these fights have been auto losses. So like, I mean, he did say that, you know, they probably did balance the enemies to be a bit stronger in the dungeon, and specifically so that, you know, that she is, you know, one thing, that way it can be kind of part of its identity of, you know, having some stronger enemies, but also so that they can make stuff like the winner takes all ending and have it not be easy mode. I like how the Totem Warrior made a raft to get to the mill region, and then pretty much immediately left. So it's immobilizing thing. What does it actually do? Oh, if only that could have been me, because he's suffering the dragon rage. Because then the swashbuckler could just go ahead and die. You know what? Hall of Darkness sounds alright. Oh. Entering the Hall of Darkness means I have to spend another turn being the swashbuckler. Rather than having a new opportunity to hopefully draw the bounty hunter a second time. Because, hey, I mean, might roll like a 3 on my next turn and get this done real fast. Or could also just draw a Dragon Rage token. In which case I don't even have to roll. Like, depending on how it resolves that, I might get to pick a new character right then and there. Because I mean, you know, I guess it would just mean that my turn would just automatically end before it really began. Oh look, it's a useless portal. Because there's no point in going to the Crown of Command. And because that's not where you go to win the game with this ending. Somebody could send either of the NPCs my way, that could also work. But unfortunately, they're far from the dungeon. Alright. I got 3. Please don't reroll that. I need this. I need to throw myself in front of the Colossal Ogre and die. I'm gonna reroll that specifically so that it doesn't spare me. Because I mean, the game itself seems to have decided that the swashbuckler's fate is to die. So I'm just gonna nudge it along. But you know, since you know the only way he could have survived re-rolling during that standoff is if I had rolled the 6, as if I had re-rolled the 6 into another 6. Which I mean, there's a 1 in 6 chance that could happen, but then But like, I mean, that, you know, that's just max difficulty Russian roulette at that point. Just gonna wait for the AI turns. Then hopefully draw another bounty hunter. Drain, you know, you get to draw 3 character cards. All it takes is for the bounty hunter to be one of those 3, and I can be him again. I can get back to that. Can get back to the bounty hunter life, but unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, let's see. See, for life. Do you know what? I'm just gonna be the leprechaun. Take all Dark Fate. Head straight into the dungeon. And once again, just start beating my face against whatever big burly things I can find in there. The sprite actually managed. The sprite actually managed to win a battle. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that right there was a battle, not a psychic combat, but an actual battle. I mean, if I can find a thing that I'm pretty sure exists. Like, it makes it where when you lose a fight, you die instantly. Like, maybe that would also be good. Which means I can mess with the AI in his turns, like I mean I'm sitting on 3 Dark Fate. Like, I'd really rather just focus on letting the leprechaun die as soon as possible. Sadly, he suffers Dragon Rage, he'll only take 1 damage if it's from Vorthrax. He's got both a spell and an object. If only I could get some attacks by an 8 strength werewolf. Yeah, that would deal with the leprechaun real fast. So would Soul Drinker potentially, but do you mean he could pick up Soul Drinker? Oh no, it's a thing he might actually be able to kill. Okay, good, he's got a 1. Oh, dang it. I actually won a psychic combat. I don't want the leprechaun to be a good character. I want to be the bounty hunter again. So I can do my ridiculous bounty hunter bow combo. Roll 5 in my way. Nope. Roll the 1. But you know what? Dang it, I must collect anything, must my chance. So just force them to turn it into a 5. Or at least hopefully turn it into a 5. You know, it could be any number between 1 and 6. You just keep sort of cycling through characters until I can get to the bounty hunter again. And you know, just more or less get back to what I was doing. Wait, I don't think Soul Drinker hurts you in any way if it dissolves. I think you roll doubles on it, you just lose a sword. You don't like lose any life or anything. Or does it? If I check the card. Over once it's my turn. See right now, it's the AI's turn, and I can't usually get the game to let me check cards during the AI's turns. Let's see. It kills some of your followers at random. Then it can't kill you, unfortunately. And I guess I'm heading back to the dungeon entrance. And again with the... Oh, but wait. Using the lowest result. Alright. Taking in damage. Oh, the cool instantly lost that. Because, you know, 10 in strength. It's an odd lose when you only have 2 strength. Oh, and the nomad's dead. Gotta wait for AI turns to finish up. So I can embark on my journey to find another big thing to sort of beat my face against. I wonder if it has like a deck of cards, or is it for when you get a new character? It's like that could mean that in that case actually I don't think it does, because I'm pretty sure I've seen multiple players get the option to play the same character. They didn't go for it, but they had the option. It's like I don't think it has any kind of like virtual deck that it draws character cards from. Either that or it's got multiple copies of various character cards. Like maybe 1 per player or something. I mean... mainly a character cards deck would not be a standard deck because it only be used for the specific variant of random characters. So, you know, at the very least it probably doesn't actually like display it, because it's not really a deck that you would have a common use for. Wait, what's this? Is this something I can... Alright, that seems like it'll hurt me. Maybe quite a bit. Especially if it's got backup. I'm not even gonna use my sword, because that just improves this guy's chance of living. Yes. more pain for the leprechaun. Okay, no, I know this is a bad strategy, but you just really want to get that combo back again. Alright. Come on, werewolf. Come on, 2. Heck yeah. Death via self-inflicted werewolf injuries. So now I get another new character. Maybe the bounty hunter will be there, maybe he won't be. Who knows? You know, ideally, he'll be there so I can get back to the bounty hunter life and just, you know, play an actual, like, proper strategy rather than just sort of doing my best as to get my characters killed off. Which, I mean, my gear is handily in the dungeon, which is exactly where I need to be, because with the winner takes all ending, you have to go through the dungeon to win, whereas normally, rather than going to the Crown of Command like normal, just go through the dungeon to beat the Lord of Darkness and you win. That was extremely close. Like literally one turn away. But then got murdered by vampire bats. You know, a 2-craft enemy. Because alas, I had 1 life. Ain't no way of doing much of anything about psychic combat. Like, the best I could hope for was maybe a standoff, because in that case I would win. But really, I mean, I think I could have won. Still no bounty hunter. So let's see. Is there anybody with less than 4 life? It's definitely gonna go for them. Nope. In that case, whoever's got the lowest strength, but lowest overall stats, I'd say. Conjurer it is. So Conjurer has the fun thing of you may conjure whenever you encounter a space with instructions to draw 1 or more adventure cards. The space does not already have any adventure cards. You may move the face of an adventure card in the same region to your space. So I can just bring, like, some big old dragons onto my space on purpose. Burial rates. Cast at the start of your turn. If it is day, roll 1 die to pray. You have the same results as a chapel. Spell that doesn't. It's just a spell that doesn't really do much for me. I wonder. Heavenly Host. You know, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I can. Yes, I can. I absolutely can just have the Heavenly Host pulverize me for 4 turns. As long as I manage to land on spaces, the instructions to draw one or more adventure card and no cards already on them. Which I mean, it would have to be a pretty weak card that's already on the space. Needs it for me to, or to not have basically the same effect. Looks like my current strategy of cycle through characters until I can become the bounty hunter again. And I'm gonna want to keep. I'm gonna want to go for the conjurer anytime she's there, but not the bounty hunter, because there's the ability to just summon, for instance, you know, the heavenly host or something right into your face. These when you cannot possibly beat it. It just makes this whole thing way easier. You know, no more chance of accidentally drawing something you can actually beat. Instead, it's just continual face beating via angels. I don't know. Oh wait, no, that was. I mean, you could have stolen my burial rights. I don't need it. In fact, I would let you have it. Because like, if the right things are going, you're gonna get way more mileage out of it than me, Dragon Priestess. Just say you're going to actually use it at all. Just gotta wait for the AI turns, which means out with the faster AI settings, so it doesn't take too long even with 5 AI players. I mean, I could arguably just fast forward till the next human player there as well, but like, you know, like a lot of the entertainment value of these streams is watching the AI do its thing. Especially when it's really dumb, like last stream when it just sort of wandered around when it could have won the game easily. It did end up, you know, actually doing it, but like, it wandered around expansion boards for a few turns first. Alright. Oh no, neither of those have... let's see... Same region, so... Guess I'm just gonna go to the tavern. Ooh, I can encounter a scale. Oh. I'm just gonna leave that there. You know, getting hit with a few breath attacks on occasion would actually be useful, ultimately. Because a lot of them, like, this deals 1 damage to you before you even start the fight. It's good. You know what, honestly? Ooh, please. No. Come on, somebody with Dark Fate reroll that for me. Thank you. Dang it. 6 anyway. I think I'll just gain 1 Light Fate just in case that happens again. Oh yeah, come on, werewolf. That also helps. You know, taking some damage from a werewolf. Now back to skipping to the next human player. Roll. Or I can just walk on over to the Heavenly Host again. Encounter space, encounter, auto lose. Alright, down to 1 life again. Just gonna skip to the next human player again. And I'm back to the same position I was in before. But wait, I can re-roll. I got a 1. Which means I can head on over here. Encounter space. Maybe get turned into a toad? Yeah. Yeah, make myself even more pathetic on purpose. Time for another death by self-inflicted werewolf injury. Or not. Because sadly nobody decided to re-roll that for me. So guess he's visiting somebody else, who then becomes a lycanthrope. Guess I could have re-rolled that, but oh well. Just gonna hop on over to the Heavenly Host. And just sort of get stepped on. And there we go. Skip to next human player again. Once more, with no bounty hunter. Let's see. I'll go with the Necromancer. Get Rejuvenation, but like... I'm going to once again be aiming die ASAP so that I can then hopefully become the bounty hunter again. You know what? I'll go into the woodland. There's a centaur that will gladly... Oh, but wait. First... See... Not replenish fate. Ooh, Path of the Determined. You only move one space. That seems good right now. No, I don't want you. Aw. You refuse to attack me. Ooh, this could work. You know, going right to the plane of peril. Because I can just sort of wander around the inner region, I'll die pretty fast. Actually, no. Actually, I'll just get sent back. Because those chances are I won't be able to make it past the well, like first space in there. I feel like the Dragon Priestess is getting very close to winning. Because it means she can fight Lord of Darkness with... oh yes, please, just destroy me, Totem Warrior. No, don't take my money. Yeah, I think the characters with the best chances are, you know, Dragon Priestess and Totem Warrior at this point. Which I think... Right, so... The mines are the only place where I have even the slightest chance of progressing through the inner region. And it gets sent right back to the tavern. Scan counter scale. And it's something I could actually, I'm actually gonna be able to kill, maybe. Nope. I think if you know, if I don't manage to get the bounty hunter with this next character, I'm just not gonna continue trying at that point. Because, like, I mean, the Dragon Priestess and the Totem Warrior are both very close to winning. They pretty much just have to make their way to the right space at this point. So, like, we're getting close to the point of even if I do become the bounty hunter, I might not have the time to be able to win. Alright. Ooh, that causes me to lose one life if I even encounter it, which I mean, yeah, no. Oh, and somehow I don't get affected by the breath weapon, but I do take 1 damage. At least I'm getting pretty good just finding, just like cycling through characters every about 4 turns per character. Oh yeah, and I got Dragon Rage. You just like get hit for another point of damage before my turn actually even begins. Let's see, what's the biggest thing that I can encounter? Alright. Ooh, Vortex is currently the Dragon King, so that thing with 6, we will have effectively 6 egg strength, and that's another character dodge. Just gonna skip to gain my new character. Still no bounty hunter. But like I said, I'm at this point, you know. But at this point I'm also kind of invested in just cycling through characters. So let's see. 4 life, 2 strength. 4 life, 2 strength. 4 life, 3 strength. You know what? I'll go for the grave robber. Gonna encounter the scale. Alright, already taking damage. Like, admittedly, at this point, it would take a pretty powerful character for me to even be able to catch up anyway, so might as well keep doing what I've been doing. Which also, well, the Totem Warrior just suffered a major setback. Counter scale. Another Vortex enemy on the space. Yes. Hurt me more, or Mountain Dragon. Alright. Already down to just 1 turn. Ooh, what am I choosing a space for? If you attack and do not kill the Dragon Whelp, you know what, you can just join in that pile, go over there. Jameen, at least, so I'm pretty sure somebody drew the event where, like, oh, you get to put a dragon card on every space used with a dragon scale on it. guess what basically every space has at this point. Gonna intentionally reroll that 6 and still win. I intentionally sabotaged myself and I still won. I won both of those fights somehow. Do not discard a spell. I do not have any spells. So nope, not Dragon Rage. So the Tome Warrior's outright dead now. Counterscale for another Vortex card. Heck yeah. Death by Mountain Dragon Breath Weapon. Before the fight even started, I'm already dead. Still no bounty hunter. 4 life, 3 and everything else. 4 life, 3 and 4. Alright, Tinkerer looks like it's gonna be the way to go. Gonna go for the water bottle. Gonna go for just 3 water bottles. As those are the worst items you can have when not in the desert. Because they do absolutely nothing. Well, I could automate them, but like, that will help me. That will help the Tinkerer live. And that is not my goal at this point. At this point, I'm practically just seeing how many characters I can cycle through. Maybe there will even be like well, like little achievements that you get at the end of a game in it for me for just cycling through a whole bunch of characters. I'm gonna go over here, counterscale, draw a Vortex card. Yeah, 16. Your strength is real good. If your goal to encounter when you have 2 strength and your goal is die as fast as possible. Alright, I'm getting a visit from the Lycanthrope. Gonna reroll that. Alright, 2 damage. Alright, there's some damage. And there's some damage. Alright. On to the next character. Or once it cycles back to me. I can be the Nomad, the Wizard, or the Amazon. Nomad is gonna be especially good for this one because yeah, I can spend 1 fate to stay on your current space and encounter it again. And I start out with 3 fate. So I am just gonna start out on the space that already has 16 already has, 16 strength points worth of enemies. and just use my fate to re-encounter that space a few times. Oh, can I not do that multiple times in a row? Well, that kinda sucks. Oh well. That just means I have to... Dang it. I didn't get an enemy from that. Not sure you can go to sleep. Well, I guess I've just gotta... But hey, I mean... Just re-encountering any enemy at this point is gonna get the job done. You know, just encounter the same enemies a few times. While also sort of building up the challenge of some of these spaces. Dragon Priestess is approaching the dungeon. Where's the Dragon Priestess right now? Oh, she went down there for some reason. Just gonna head over to this space. There's a bunch of dragons on it. Of course, as I continue to make the spaces I encounter a harder challenge, that's also going to make things harder for when I finally get to be the bounty hunter again. Still no bounty hunter. Just gonna go for the vampire hunter, I guess. Vampire hunter does get to... Oh, she adds 1 to her roll when she engages an enemy in battle or psychic combat. She does get to draw an additional card if she doesn't find an enemy on a space. And just immediately lost 1 life from Dragon Rage. Counter scale. On. That didn't work out super well. Gonna keep skipping to the next human player each time it's the AI's turn. The dragons are starting to fall asleep. Power scale. I'm not gonna get that most likely. There's no way I can force that into being a loss, so... But actually, this was a terrible space to pick. Because I just managed to beat everything on it. Ooh. So if rolling the die for a move, you may discard one of your pagan skills to teleport to any other space in the same region. Yeah, I think I'll pass on trading trophies. I mean, I guess if the game wants the vampire hunter to live, I could let her live. But at the same time, it's just the allure of moving to the space with the now 3 water balls on it, guarded by just death incarnate at this point. Oh. Before you engage the dragon in battle, it makes a breath attack. Roll 1 die. If the result is equal to or higher than your craft, you must discard all the cards on this space. It will remain here until it is killed. It's higher than my craft. It's just me and this dragon. You know what? Oh, okay. Well, that's standoff. You know what? I'll just see what happens. When I'm not aiming to get the vampire hunter killed. Like, sure, I'll still run into some terrible things like 12 strength worth of enemies. I think I could have enslaved one of them. Yeah, made that a much more reasonable fight. Yeah. Actually, I think she might have a chance. Of just being the way I win. So you know what? You know what? I'm gonna let her live. Sure, I wanted to become the bounty hunter again, but if I can potentially use the vampire hunter to just sort of pluck the wind out of the powerful grasp of the dragon priestess, that's also no good. Because all I've got to do is just get a big old dragon friend and make my way through the dungeon. Yep, since I've been skipping through the AI turns, I'll continue to do that. Alright, so what's the biggest, beefiest dragon that I can possibly find throughout this entire region? Hopefully without, you know, high chance of dying in the encounter. It has to be within the same region, so... Those are both craft-based. Another craft-based dragon. most of the big dragons seem to be situated on spaces that have a lot of other big dragons on them. So I'm just gonna go over here, counter space. Dragons find passable and remain here for the rest of the game. Roll and die. If the result is equal to... Okay, so... Yeah, it doesn't even have me roll. But that means I can just... bring the black dragon over here. And use my wyvern staff on it. And so now I've effectively got a strength of 10 for the duration of one battle. Well, I can work with a strength of 10, or effectively an 11, which means that all I have to do. Oh, and I have a means of teleporting within the same region. Please do not just steal this from me by just like murdering me right now. Oh no. She can take the staff. That's what she's after. She's not here to kill me. She's here to take my... Oh wait, no. She's here because... she's a lycanthrope. And that right there is a 6. Gonna heal my lives real quick. Alright, so I need to get into the dungeon. And preferably, if I can get into the dungeon, then on my next turn I can just boop right into the space. Unfortunately, I am out of fate, so unless I can regain some fate along the way, I've got pretty much one chance to do this at this point. But definitely, because I only get one use of this big dragon that I have accompanying me now. Right. Count space. Let's go through the visit. The warlock can discard one of their dragon skills, gains a talisman. No! Talismans are useless with this ending. At least the dragon priestess wasn't able to take my staff. That would have been about as bad as, you know, being on the edge of winning and then getting murdered by by vampire bats, of all things. But like, as long as I don't roll a 1 for my move next turn, I'll be about like one turn away from doing what's almost a roll-off with the Lord of Darkness to hopefully win the game and just like make a major comeback after intentionally killing off several of my characters in hopes of becoming the bounty hunter again, then managing to just luck out playing the vampire hunter. Like if I can just get into the dungeon, like all I have to do is get into the dungeon region, and I can use my Dragon Rider to just hop on over to exactly the space I need to be on, and of course it's a 1. And oh well, it's just 1 damage. I was at full health. Hey, the Ogre Chieftain can get a visit from the Reaper. Granted... Oh, and he's dead. Granted, the best character for her to get a deadly visit from the Reaper would have been... Now, I'm not gonna have the Lycanthrope encounter myself. Well, this time, because... That has a chance of getting a 3 with no chance for me to reroll it, which would just ruin my whole plan, because I cannot afford to lose any of my followers. Because it would either be I lose a Dragon Rider, in which case I have to walk all the way through the entirety of the dungeon to get where I need to be, or I lose a dragon that gives me my best chance of actually being able to win at this point. So like, if I had to choose, I'd go for the Dragon Rider, but you know, 50-50 chance of it just being a complete catastrophe? No. Although, only 1 in 6 chance of that actually happening. So arguably I could have gone for it. I just hope I don't get like a Varthrax Dragon Rage or something before my next turn after this next one. Because I'm entering the dungeon on my next turn. Like, if I get hit with a Vortex Dragon Rage, I don't have any scales to protect me from that, so... I'd have to... just like... sacrifice the Dragon Rider. And make my way through the dungeon on foot. And with my stats, that doesn't seem like a great plan. It's a plan that I'll go through with if necessary, but I'd really rather not. Oh, and somebody finally grabbed Soul Drinker. Which, if I can just get a 4, and then another 3 or 4, then I can get to the Lord of Darkness even faster. Because I can just... I can just simply jump right to... I can just simply go to the library, get an extra turn, the passage will remain here for the rest of the game. You may pass through if you wish. Roll and die to determine where you emerge. I'm going to investigate. I am glad that I can evade that. Because that could have been a fun little thing to encounter back when I was a bounty hunter, but not now. Not with my 3 strength. Hey, I'm in the dungeon. I just have to do the thing. And roll well. Which, I mean, we're also approaching the 3-hour mark. So, like... You could... Once this plan happens... You know, after my next turn, basically, I'll probably call it for the stream, for tonight. Because, you know, either I win, or the game will end up taking who knows how much longer. As the Dragon Priestess decides when she wants to come do the thing. Because it's me and the Dragon Priestess that have actual legitimate chances of winning at this point. Me on sheer luck, her on raw stats. Yeah, I'm just banking on rolling well on my next turn at this point. If there's anywhere in the dungeon where I could replenish fate, that would be great. I don't think there are any spaces that do that, and I don't trust the dungeon deck to just sort of give me an opportunity to do that. Oh, and there goes a thief. Also, I no longer have a skill to spare anyway, so... Guess I'm riding my dragon. Then ride over to the treasure chamber. I mean, just go to the staff and you can save dragon to add strength to yours until the end of the turn. Alright. 10 strength. Battle with strength. Which actually it's a flat roll. Oh wait, he's not an enemy. Well, I did the absolute best I could. And it's a standoff. Well, that's gonna do it for tonight. Right. Oh, thank you all for watching. And next stream will be a Thursday night with Age of Wonders. And I will find somebody playing Talisman, hopefully, first. I'll do raid. Here's somebody. Are you playing Talisman? Gonna raid this person. And we'll go again for